So we are deep into the NBA 2K26 news cycle, and I'm going to be breaking everything down from the community directly, what the dev team has given to us, and also what 2K has let us know directly. Now, once again, man, before we move any further, I do want to go ahead and say thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. So comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I will definitely be sure to get back to you with the response. Now I'm going to open up with a little scripture today. This one comes out of the book of Ephesians 6 verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And this is just a strong but encouraging message that I want to spread out to my community, and specifically the 2K community, man, to let y'all know that you can put your faith in Jesus Christ, and every single one of y'all, man, has the opportunity to do so, bro. Just think of it, if somebody were to give you a gift, bro, you would not question it, you would just open it. Well, that's the same exact thing when Christ laid his life down on the cross. He said, here's a gift. All you need to do is open and receive it. And that's exactly what, as believers, we should be doing and showing that example. So I really just want you to know that I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. God bless every single one of you. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I do want to go ahead and show a little bit of love to some of my supporters. So Indra went out and said, man, this is the first video I've watched, and I don't really watch 2K YouTubers like that, but I love the positivity you're promoting. Death earned a sub from me, brother. Love that you read the scripture at the end. God bless. 51, all praise to Christ. And also another shout out from Ray and Prime. Love the scripture at the start. Earned a sub from me. Facts, same here. And you know, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, my community specifically. And you know what? We're right around the corner from NBA 2K26, so I'm excited to have y'all a part of this family, man. So just recently, about a week ago, we got a tweet from Mike Wang, you know, introducing and reintroducing himself to some of y'all in the 2K community. He put out a tweet on July 17th saying, hello world, pretty much quoting the roadmap to NBA 2K26 that 2K actually tweeted out. Now, I went ahead and watched a few community videos, and something that really interested me is if you went ahead and watched Batchplug's video, he put in that one, the first time Mike tweeted before the come out of NBA 2K25 was August 1st, 2024. Pretty much it was somebody asking about rhythm shooting, and he pretty much answered it. But here's the thing, man, this was when we got NBA 2K25 10 days later. We're actually getting it about 10 days earlier this year. So I have reason to believe that we will be getting some type and more information from Mike Wang, aka Baluba, earlier this year. Now, I also got a comment from that guy 024. He put, what's the percentages under your MyPlayer and how do you get it? And in my previous videos, man, if y'all check that out, pretty much I've been showing y'all older gameplay of NBA 2K20. And for those of y'all who remember Hall of Fame Floor General, if you had that badge specifically for the player who equipped it, it would show the player make percentage wherever you are standing on the court. So let's just go ahead and say you shoot exactly 50% from 3. There's going to be a little bar under your player showing you exactly what your make percentage will be. And that applies on the interior, outside of the mid-range game, everywhere. So if we were to see that in NBA 2K26, man, I think that would be a huge W to get it back. And another comment coming from Prince Major, he put, balancing rhythm shooting is pointless. Dudes just be crying. That's just like taking away no shot meter boost. Nobody cried about that. Now, I'm on both sides of the fence with this one. I don't care too much about rhythm shooting, but then again, I do feel as though the mechanics and the way that it should be working did not work properly in NBA 2K25. And hopefully, we can see some type of change come NBA 2K26. And this next piece of information, man, I'm pretty sure some of y'all know it, but Cap Breakers will be returning in NBA 2K26. And I'm going to break down a tweet coming from my boy Statistics. He put, 2K will for show make Cap Breakers on NBA 2K26 how they originally wanted them to on NBA 2K25, which means if you make your build cap, for example, a 95 3-pointer, then Cap Breakers will actually let you break the 95 cap and go higher than it. Just wait until they reveal it. I might be right. And Stacks Montana For those of y'all who don't know, he is a part of the stream team with Evan. So Stacks and Evan pretty much deliver all of the information from the 2K streams on Friday on Twitch and Thursdays, sometimes even Tuesdays. But he pretty much replied to statistics saying that would be fire. Now, man, think about it. The builds that we've seen this year, if we were able to actually break the cap of what our limitations were for certain attributes, I think the diversity and the amount of builds that we would be seeing is, man, way more than what we're actually seeing right now. I gotta be real with y'all. I think that's a fire concept and a better way that we should move towards using cap breakers come NBA 2K26. Now, coming from 2K Intel, he put out a tweet. NBA 2K26 was the only one missing from the hashtag NBA 2K26 roadmap shelf. Now, I'm not going to say this is a coincidence, but 2K knows what they are doing. I got to say, I think we're in store for getting those OG vibes back. Now, another piece of information that we did get from the 2K stream team. The park gets a makeover. Soak in all of the urban beauty in NBA 2K26's new park designs, which are focused on more natural and grounded scenery, like courts that you might find in the real world based on community feedback, plus new lighting improvements and a fixed time of day will reduce harsh shade and sunlight. Now, personally, I went into detail on this on my previous video, but I did like to see the 2K sunsets. That was something that I think was fire. I hope that in some way, shape, or form, we're still going to be able to hoop at night. Regardless, though, as long as we're getting parks that are more catering towards actual realistic, basketball, I think that's something I would really be happy about. Now, the core for unlocking takeovers is also back in NBA 2K26. I'm hoping we don't have to play as many games to actually unlock those takeovers that we want to acquire. Another one is that no more real player percentage layups will be made in NBA 2K26. I think this is special and important because it's really going to take away from the cheese of, guessing on what you're going to make and miss. And on top of that, bro, for those players who had a 99 driving layup, I got to say it was probably one of the more underrated but overpowered stats this year. Now, also in NBA 2K26, all meters will show the green windows, even for dunks. That's a huge W, especially as a slasher this year. When you actually, got that contact dunk and timed your green window correctly, it always felt, to me personally, that it was random. So, to get that green window back in NBA 2K26 for shooting and also finishing, that's a huge W and some big news, man. Now, another tweet, I don't know if y'all caught this, but new mode leaderboards in the city will highlight your rank and top players in each mode, like the theater and the rep. The top player in each mode will also get a 12-foot statue of their MyPlayer outside of that mode's building, updated daily to honor that day's standout. Now, the main thing that 2K does need to focus on with this is I don't want to see a booster at the front of each game mode and setting, bro. I hope 2K monitors this. I know it's going to take a little bit more time in digging, but I definitely think it's worth it if they're going to implement this, that they should look into stopping cheaters and boosters even more. Now I'm going to get into a quick summary coming from Double H. He pretty much put a summary of the sneak peek news about NBA 2K26. Starting from the top, the park gets a complete makeover. We went into detail with that. The city will be smaller, easy to access everywhere you want to go, no big maps or streets. New MyCareer storyline where you can possibly get drafted. Maybe there's a college or summer league. King of the Court is back with every weekend with a 10K cash prize. 2K described their gameplay as trying to cater to competitive players, so there may be a skill gap. Shot meters for jump shots and dunks will show the green window. Cap breakers are back. Rec is confirmed back. Theater is confirmed back. Leaderboards for every single game mode to put a spotlight on the best players. There's a new way to squad up with your team beside the squad spot, and they didn't tell us what that was. The MyPlayer builder will get lots of quality of life improvements. One example is that you're able to see the body types before you actually create your build. They describe the builder as allowing fresh playstyles year-round, and this also means that all heights will be effective. Triple Threat Park will get a different location come NBA 2K26. Added unranked for GM and more customizations. Banners will now hang when you win championships in MyNBA. We're going to be getting more NBA 2K26 news the week of July 28th. And some extra details, higher difficulties will play on a green or miss basis. Layup timings is permanently enabled. The city is called the City Park. The takeover system is back at its core. And the first 2K26 build is called the small ball forward. And you know, I think we got a whole lot of information in just a small piece from what 2K has given us, bro. Now, I'm really excited about what NBA 2K26 has in store for us. I'm curious to know your thoughts and opinions as well. But one other thing that I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it in the community, and I feel as though the builder needs to change. So I saw this video from Batchplug on Twitter. He put the NBA 2K26 builder and what has to change. So he was comparing Michael Jordan's mid-range shot, as you can see, 99. Then he went to the play style and the builds that a lot of L2 cheesers are running. So you have a point guard, 6'4", 175 pounds, little to no ball handle, 75, that's decent, 67 pass accuracy, that's really low. Now, he has both a 99 three-pointer and a 99 mid-range shot. Keep in mind, 85 plus perimeter defense and steal, but then on top of that, a 99 speed and agility. Now, if we take a look at Stephen Curry, he has a 99 three-pointer, but he only has a 97 mid-range shot. Tell me that there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying right now, bro. The best shooter of all time not even came close to getting, well, he did, but he didn't get both 99 attributes for a mid-range or three-pointer. Nobody has excelled at this level. But you're telling me in NBA 2K26 and 25, we can make builds that can do what NBA players can't even do? But yet we can't even make a pure LeBron James build. Like, what kind of sense does that make? Now, let's go ahead and check out the mid-range from, you know, the highest rated players. You got Michael Jordan, Kyrie Irving, Jokic, Dirk Nowitzki. All of them, if you compare it to their three-pointer, much difference, bro. And these are the kind of builds that we're actually seeing in the park. Maxed out 4 different 99 ratings that make a huge impact. But does it make sense? I want to know what y'all think in the comments. Now, he even went more into detail. Look at the ball handle correlation. 97 ball handle, 99 three-pointer, 97 mid-range. You need to have higher attributes in order to actually maintain those shooting attributes for the playmaking. Now look, even when you check out that pass accuracy, 93 pass accuracy, he still has a 99 three-pointer. So tell me, how can a player or a build be made to the likes of someone that we've never even seen do in the league? Tell me that does not raise a red flag. But look at the speed and agility. 84, completely different from what you would expect in the MyPlayer builder. Even if you went to the highest and fastest player in the league, Tony Parker, he still does not have that correlation to his shooting. And even if you look at the speed with ball, it's the same exact thing. So I think this is a small nugget that we need to see fixed come NBA 2K26. I would really be disappointed if L2 Cheese were to make the lineup again. I think 2K can implement a lot on the defensive end to really counter what we've seen this year. Now, just a few details of some upcoming things. So for gameplay, the full reveal will be the week of July 28th. For the MyPlayer builder, the full reveal will be the week of August 4th. Now the city, we're going to get this the week of August 25th. And something that I'm really excited about, and I know a lot of y'all are, is going to be the MyPlayer build diversity. So if 2K does stay true to their word and really, you know, have all heights, all builds be effective throughout the year, I gotta say, I think we're in store for a great year of NBA 2K26, man. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. So I'm going to be talking about a tweet coming from Swante. He quoted Cali isn't cut. He said 95% of the 2K players can't shoot in real life. Like, what are y'all talking about? A game you can't shoot on when you can't do it in real life. LMAO. Swante put, Sim Nation executive gives the reasons you shouldn't complain about shooting in NBA 2K25. Would NBA 2K26 be a better game with this logic? Look, man, I'm a shooter in real life, so if I can shoot better in real life than I do in 2K, I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. I'm not no ball player, I'm not in the league, but if I can shoot better than my own MyPlayer, bro, there's a problem there, bro. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm not gonna get too much into detail, but let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you think shooting needs to be easier come NBA 2K26? Now, another tweet coming from the one and only Batchplug. He put a tweet out quoting himself from about a year ago. Crazy how this is even more relevant for NBA 2K26 coming up. More people are doing news videos on the upcoming 2K than ever. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I believe there's a direct correlation to the lack of content any creator has to work with within the later months of the game, in a way people are almost forced to. You know, if 2K were to allow build diversity, I think that's going to open up how much and how long we can create content throughout the year. You know, build diversity seems like a fix to that. I'm curious to know your thoughts and opinions as well. Now, there's one final thing that I do want to get into, and this is going to be an implementation that I think we need come NBA 2K26. So, Swante put out, let us hear the other team in rec in NBA 2K26. It's realistic. And this is the final thing that I'm going to get into. I think that's a fire concept, man, to be able to, you know, hoop like we do in the threes, hear the other team talking trash, and still be able to, you know, have fun while doing it, bro. Especially in a 5v5 setting. That would really, you know, I think it's going to make 2K a whole lot better down the road if they implemented that. Once again, man, I'm all about the community. Anything that I feel as though is going to make it better for us, the game itself, I'm going to go ahead and recommend and put a video out for y'all. So once again, you know, I just want you to know, every single one of y'all listening to the sound of my voice, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. None of this would be possible without number one, Jesus Christ, but y'all the rich family supporting. So God bless every single one of you. I love y'all and I appreciate it. Y'all are my brothers and sisters. So before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. God bless you and rich out.